So they'll never ask, what's your commission? What do you charge to list it? Because they don't want to list it. They want it marketed. So their question will always be, how much would you charge to handle all this marketing for us? Well, I am very specific on the type of listings that I bring on, and frankly, that's not even why I'm here today. Let me show you a little bit more about how you guys can do this on your own. And guess what? Now they're chasing me. Now they really want me to do it. Maybe I'll accept the project. Hey, listen, if you can't go on a listing appointment tonight in your marketplace, no sense in watching this video. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. But first, I've got a quick story for you. I think as a real estate agent, you're really going to enjoy this story, and you're going to learn something from it as well. I'm Greg Luther. If you're not familiar with me, I coach realtors all over the country, and I think today, with you finding out how you can go on an appointment this very day, before the sun goes down today, I think you're going to be very impressed. So anyway, as the story goes, yesterday I was actually out back in my backyard, and my neighbor is building a deck on the back of his house. Being in real estate, I'm sure you're really going to like this. He's building a deck, and he is way over his head. He has no idea what he's doing. He's literally looking at a YouTube video and then doing the next thing. I'm totally lost. I said, look, man, you're going to have the drainage running towards the house. You're going to have a wet basement here. So he has no idea what he's doing. Anyway, last night he agreed with me. He says, you know what, man? I think I'm in over my head. I better get a contractor here and have a pro do this. So I called a buddy of mine and I said, listen, I'm not really referring you or anything, but my next door neighbor, he's building a deck on the back, and I know your whole team builds decks. It might be something for you to check out. He immediately freaked out. He says, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't work with do-it-yourselfers. I said, what do you mean you don't work with do-it-yourselfers? He says, no, they hate contractors, and I've tried that before. I've talked to some of them, they said they could do it themselves cheaper, and I don't really want to call him because I know it's going to be a mess, and he's going to beat me up on commission, and they don't want to pay anything. That's why he wanted to do it in the first place. And I told him, I'm like, I'm talking to the neighbor. I know what he wants to do. And it got me thinking about real estate agents, and I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. A lot of agents have negative thoughts, the exact same thoughts about for sale by owners, right? So if somebody's trying to sell it on their own, they're like, oh my gosh, I hate for sale by owners, and they're all mean, and they don't want to pay a commission, and they want to try and do it on their own, and they're freaking out about this, when in reality, most of these homeowners are sitting there thinking, man, I'm in over my head. I know 10 years ago, I sold my house on my own, and I sold it in 3 days, but I can't do it in today's market because of the internet. I can't do it because it doesn't work the way it used to work. I probably need a pro. That's why NAR shows us that 83% of all for sale by owners end up listing with an agent. Let me give you that again. More than 8 out of 10. 83% of all for sale by owners end up listing with an agent. Now, in all fairness, sometimes they do sell their house on their own, right? Doesn't mean that they can't, but 83% don't, and they list with an agent so that we can get it sold for them. So, moral of the story, for you to get an appointment today, I want to show you exactly how you do that. And I thought you'd really enjoy the contractor analogy that he's like, oh my gosh, they beat me up on my fee and they want to do it on their own and they hate contractors. Nobody hates contractors. They're just trying to do it on their own, right? And when they realize they can't do that, that's when they hire help. But guess what? You know somebody that needs a deck in their house. That's the perfect prospect for you. What are you going to do? Keep knocking on doors of people that aren't building a deck right now? It doesn't make sense. The same is true as a real estate agent. If we know somebody's looking to sell their home, why wouldn't we have a very good offer to get in front of them? I'm going to show you how to do it here very quickly. Here's what I want you to do. Take some notes here. I want you to write down some notes. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to go to Zillow.com. Don't do it right now. Just write this down. Go to Zillow.com. Don't ever give that company money, by the way. Don't sign up for anything that they have because you don't need it. You can use their free stuff on there. What I want you to do is just run a little search. You know how it says, do you want to buy or rent? Just click buy. And I want you to put in your city name. Let's say it's Tampa, Florida. Just put that in and hit enter. When you do that, it's going to show all of the homes that are for sale in that marketplace. Before you do anything else, like let's say Tampa, Florida is shaped like this. Before you do anything else, Click outside of Tampa and it will light up everything outside of that circle because you work the suburbs as well, right? So your little city will pop up, whatever shape it is. Click anything outside. Just click one time on the map and it'll light up everything within your MLS area because that's really where you work. Then what I want you to do is at the top, you'll scroll down on the listing type and you're going to uncheck everything except for sale by owner, and you're going to be freaking shocked. I actually just looked here using Tampa, Florida as the example, and Tampa, Florida today, over 400 for sale by owners. Now, there's realtors right now in that town that will say, oh, there's no for sale by owners here. I never see them. Nobody tries that anymore. But I can jump online and I can see here their name, their cell phone number, how much they want for the home. Already says they're paying a 3% co-op if you brought the buyer, so I'm already halfway there. What you're going to do is you're going to call them with 3 specific questions. You're not going to ask them if they want to list their home, because they don't. You're not going to ask them if they have a realtor to help them, because they don't want one. You're going to ask them 3 very specific questions. I want you to write these 3 questions down. Number 1, is the home still available? Number 2, can I include it on my unlisted homes list? I like to show buyers lots of properties that are not on the MLS, including your home. I'd like to show that. Would that be okay? And then number 3, perfect. When can I see the property to take a quick preview? So here's a little bit, let me role play it with you real quick. You're going to get a lot of value out of this. And by the way, let me get you back to the point. You better get a listing appointment tonight with what I'm showing you. This is not about learning. It's not a great idea. Wow, that Greg Luther, he's got a lot of good ideas. I love watching his vid. Get an appointment tonight with what I'm showing you. Just make the phone call and watch what happens. So here's how the phone call sounds. Hey, I'm calling about this, looks like a yellow house here on Main Street. Is that still available? Okay, great. I'm actually working with a large pool of buyers that are looking for unlisted homes, just like yours, homes that are not on the MLS. I'd like to let them know that your home's for sale and include your home on that list. It's free of charge, no obligation. You don't even need to sign anything. Would it be okay if I let all those buyers know that this home's for sale? Okay, perfect. And so that I know what I'm talking about here, I'd like to take a quick 10-minute preview of the house. When would be a good time to do that? Okay, 6 o'clock tonight, I'll be there. Done. Now, by the way, about 70% of the people we talk to will get that appointment. So if you call 2, one of them is willing to meet with you and do that quick tour. Now, that doesn't mean you're giving a listing presentation. You should not go out there and give a listing presentation. That's bait and switch, and we don't want to do that. I want them to ask you if you will take the listing for them. There's a very specific approach you'll use to that. So what happens is when you go out to the appointment, you're doing nothing more than previewing the property, but what you say should get you to the kitchen table. We teach all that inside our Wednesday training. As a matter of fact, if you're not registered for our Wednesday webinar, go to closingseverymonth.com. You'll see exactly how you'll do that, but this will get you an appointment tonight. I want you to do it today. Don't do it next week. Don't think that was a great idea. I want you to just simply go to Zillow, look up the for sale by owners, and let's do this. Let's commit to you speaking to 3 of them. That's it. It's free. Now you can't say you don't have enough money to be successful as a real estate agent because it costs you $0. So the commitment I want you to make today is you will reach 3, because a lot of them don't answer their phone. You will reach 3 for sale by owners, and you will ask them those 3 questions. I want you to do it today, and then you'll get an appointment. Then you'll go say, oh my gosh, Greg, 2 of them agreed to meet with me. What do I do now? Good. That's great that you're nervous because you're actually doing something. You're not nervous when you're sitting at home watching Judge Judy, right? Let's get you nervous. Let's get some movement happening in your business. What's the worst that could happen? You preview it and don't get the listing? Well, that's what's going to happen if you don't make the call. So let's get good at this. Again, I teach all this at closingseverymonth.com. You'll want to type that in, or somebody that's watching, if you can type it into the comments, if you wouldn't mind, closingseverymonth.com, so that way you guys can just click it. I'm actually using my cell phone, so I can't type on the cell phone. But anyway, that is the best, what I call the low-hanging fruit. People that are trying to sell their home right now, going back to that analogy, somebody's trying to build their deck, and they're like, holy crap, I'm in over my head. I thought I could do this. Turns out I'm wrong. I need to hire a pro, right? So that's exactly what we're doing here, is going out to people that are right now building that deck. In our case, they're selling their home. They're trying to sell their home on their own. Thanks, you guys, for typing that in. Patricia, Donna, I appreciate you guys typing that in. That helps everybody out. But this is the type of person that we're going to because they're ready to sell right now. So they don't have negative feelings towards realtors. They have negative feelings towards pushy salespeople, which, frankly, in your area, if there's a Keller Williams office, they're getting 77 calls a day from every single one because they teach that in a program called Bold. So everybody is just bombing them every single day. But we're not trying to list it. We're not giving a presentation. We're not telling them, oh, you can't do it on your own. You need me. We're not doing that. We're just saying, hey, here's my offer. I'd like to include your home with all the other unlisted homes. My goal is not to list your property. I want to include your home with all the other unlisted homes and let buyers know that they're for sale. Turns out a lot of buyers would like to find out about homes before they're on the MLS, and I'd like to include your home. It's free of charge, no obligation. You won't even need to sign anything. Would that be okay? Okay? So then when we get out there, we can preview the property, and there's a transition that happens. And to keep this kind of tight and helpful for you here today, I'm not going to go into the whole thing. We teach it on the Wednesday training, so please get on there and watch it. It will help you. But essentially what we're doing is what I call the transition. So what we're doing is, I'll give it to you here. I'm going to go a little longer than I anticipated, but I want to give you as much value as possible. So when I'm about 3/4 of the way through the home, I've seen it's a 4-bedroom, it's a good school district, it's a first floor master with the other bedrooms upstairs. It's got a fenced yard. Okay. So, and it's $300,000. Let's just use that random number. Okay. That's how much they want for the home. So when I'm about 3/4 of the way through, here's what I do. Here's the transition. I want to make sure you get this. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, this is a gorgeous home. I can't believe it hasn't sold yet. In my professional opinion, here's exactly who your home's going to sell to. It's going to sell to a family that has kids of teenage years. They're going to be anywhere from 35 to 55 years old, kids of teenage years. They'll likely have a pet. They'll definitely have a credit score of 680 or higher, and they'll have an annual household income of $120,000 or more. Is that who you're currently marketing to? And they'll say, no, we just ran an ad on Zillow. No, you don't want to do that. You're just going to get a bunch of pesky salesmen like me calling you. What you want to do is a target marketing approach. For them to qualify for this house, they're going to need to make $120,000 or more and have a credit score of 680. You're going to want people that are a little bit older, not young couples, because they won't want the bedroom on the first floor. They want to be on the same level as the nursery, right? But when they have teenagers, they want to have a little separation. There's a very specific family that's going to buy your home, and utilizing a target marketing approach, you can actually sell your home on your own, and you don't even need a realtor. I'll tell you what, while I'm here, let me spend 15 minutes. I'll show you how you can do it on your own, and then you won't even have to hire a realtor at all. Where's a good place for us to sit down? I just got to the kitchen table, and I'm educating them on exactly how they can sell their home on their own. Now, stop for a minute. Imagine that contractor comes over and shows my neighbor how he can build it on his own, right? You got to make sure this is level, and the drainage has to be perfect, and your code enforcement's got to be right. Did you get your code? All of that stuff. He's like, holy crap, can you just do this for me? I didn't realize it was this complicated to do a target marketing approach to the most opportune buyer. I thought I could run an ad on Zillow and it would sell. So what happens is, as we're educating them on how they can sell their home on their own, again, there's no bait and switch because I'm not even asking for the listing. I'm showing them how they can do what a pro does. And they eventually say, wow, this sounds awesome. It's definitely what we need, but we have no idea how to do this. How much would you charge to handle all of this marketing for us? Right? So they'll never ask, what's your commission? What do you charge to list it? Because they don't want to list it. They want it marketed. So their question will always be, how much would you charge to handle all this marketing for us? Well, I am very specific on the type of listings that I bring on. And frankly, that's not even why I'm here today. Let me show you a little bit more about how you guys can do this on your own. And guess what? Now they're chasing me. Now they really want me to do it. Maybe I'll accept the project. Okay? But we're never giving a presentation on what we're doing or what we can do for them, or that if we have a buyer, we'll bring them. Let me work out the commissions. No, you're not bringing the buyer anyway. Why are you doing all that stuff? Why do you want something in writing at 3% in case you're not bringing a buyer? That's not the offer. That wasn't the promise up front. It's not the promise now. I'll show buyers that your home's for sale. That is what I promised. But the goal is to get in the house, and then once you're in the house, educate them on how they can sell it their own through a target marketing approach. Frankly, if you're an agent and you don't know how to do target marketing, all you do is put it in the MLS, you've been replaced in your market for $99. You have to get this part right. If you go to closingseverymonth.com, you'll see how we do this on our Wednesday training. I do that training at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 Pacific. You'll see all the details on the site there, but this is how you get an appointment today. And even though you don't know what you're doing, I want you to make this commitment. This is your first time doing it, so it's brand new. Anything you do the first time, you're not going to be good at it, right? But here's what I want your commitment to be today. Call 3 for sale by owners, actually reach 3. You might have to call 4 or 5 to get 3 to answer their phone, and ask them those 3 questions. Okay? Again, do it the right way. Don't call and say, hi, I'm calling about the home at 6821 Lancaster Avenue in Columbus, Ohio. Is that still available? Now they know it's a realtor. You got like all the details. No, that's not what I do. I'll say, hi, I'm calling about this house. It looks like a gray house on the corner here on Lancaster Avenue. Is that still available? It sounds like I'm out front, doesn't it? Right? So I can get them going. I'm not getting are you a realtor? Well, if you sound like a realtor, that's going to happen. But the second question that I ask shows that I'm a realtor. It's fully disclosed, right? We haven't been on the phone for 5 seconds. And I've already said, I'm actually working with a large pool of buyers that are looking for unlisted homes just like yours. They enjoy finding properties that are not on the MLS. I'd like to let them know your home's for sale. It's free of charge, no obligation. You don't even need to sign anything. Would it be okay if I let all these buyers know your home's for sale? Sure, that's great. Okay, perfect. And so that I can speak knowledgeably about your home when they're interested, I'd like to take a quick preview of the home. I'm actually going to be in the area at 6:30 tonight. Would it be okay for me to pop by, just take a quick walkthrough for 10 minutes? I have an appointment tonight. So my challenge to you is make those 3 calls and watch what happens. Mess it all up. Who cares? What do you have to lose? Because I can guarantee you, if you get those 3 appointments, something's going to happen for you. You know what's going to happen? Number 1, you'll probably get at least 1 listing. And number 2, you're going to start getting a lot better at it. What I teach, what I coach, the reason agents work with me is because I get money in your pocket. I show you how to make money by getting yourself closings. This isn't the, have a mirror in front of your phone. You have to smile when you're talking because people can hear that you're Are you freaking kidding me? Get me an appointment tonight with someone that wants to sell their house. That's what we teach. It's where the rubber meets the road. So I want you to get involved with that. If you haven't checked out our coaching site, gregluthercoaching.com, look, I'm not selling you anything on there. I don't think you can even sign up for anything. I think there's like a couple of books you can buy for $6, right? Like you can learn from that. I'm doing fine. I don't need to push a bunch of stuff on people. But here's what I know. If I can stuff a bunch of money in your pockets, if I can get you closing more deals, your business starts to grow. You feel confident again. You absolutely love where you're going with your real estate business. Try this technique today. Make sure you reach 3 of those for sale by owners and use those 3 questions. Is it still available? Can I include it on the unlisted homes list? And when can I see it? And I think you'll find that you'll do extremely well with it. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Again, go to closingseverymonth.com. Any questions you have, reach out to us. You can find us at gregluthercoaching.com. And any questions you have, just let us know. But otherwise, I want to see you get an appointment before the sun goes down today. Can you commit to that for your business? Let's stop learning. Let's start doing. I just showed you exactly what to do. Just do that. You don't need any more. No, you don't have a lot of questions. Just do it. Is this helpful for you, by the way? Like this video if that's the case. Show me that you're interested in this type of thing. I love sharing information. Anything, if you're following our page, of course, you're going to get a lot of awesome coaching. And I think you'll find it to be very helpful to your bottom line. Bankable dollars for yourself. So thanks so much for watching. I'm Greg Luther, and we'll plan on talking to you soon. Get it done today. Leave a comment. Let me know how it works for you. We'll talk later. Bye-bye. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video, and listen, we've got a lot more information for you to help you with growing your real estate business. We load new videos nearly every day, and I want you to have access. So you got to do 2 important things. It's both totally free. Number 1, I want you to subscribe to this channel. You'll see the little subscribe button for you to click. If you don't have an account with YouTube, set it up. It's totally free. You got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important factor, you got to ring the bell. Right next to that subscribe button, you'll see a little bell to turn on notifications. That will let you know every time I load a new money-making video to help you with growing your real estate business. Subscribe and make sure you ring the bell. We'll see you in the next video.